Andre 3000.
Yes, sir.
Recently dropped a flute album. You
Yes, sir.
touched on this a little bit earlier. Vlad, DJ Vlad, went viral dissing the album, basically saying that it had initial low streaming numbers, and he doesn't know a single hip-hop fan that has listened to that album. What is your thoughts on Andre putting out a flute album?
I thought it was good for him. I thought it was good for him. He found a new way of self-expression. That is the way he wants to present his thoughts, his work, his creativeness, his love and his passionate undertones in this work. I'm not mad at him. Do I want to hear this man rap? Hell yeah. Yeah, I do. I do. But creatively, he may have just showed us something totally different. He just showed you a whole nother play, dog. He just showed you a whole nother play where you could get some money and nobody even got to know you getting the money. The man said his shit be in movies. Man gonna be scoring shit. You don't even know. You might just hear a flute. You don't even know that was 3,000. So yeah, I ain't mad at him. Do I want to hear Andre 3000? Yes, man. Yes, damn. Dre, shit. I do.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm from the Northeast.
Okay.
East Coast, right?
Okay, then.
And
all right.
I'm from the Northeast, and I remember when coming from New York, and we was brought up on boom bap hip hop.
Yeah.
That was hip hop to us, and how we wouldn't even listen or accept Southern music before y'all just took this thing over. But it was Andre 3000 and Big Boy and Outkast that made that Northeast really look at the South differently. Like, hold up. Like, what them boys is doing down there is special. Like, I understand what we was raised on, but I don't care where they from. That Outkast, Southern playlistic Cadillac music, whatever it was, them dudes was the real deal.
There was a lot of soul in the production of their music, and they spoke on real shit. It was meaningful. Like, you could damn near leave your child alone with a Outkast album. There's gonna be some things that might be said in there that may be a little controversial, maybe even a little far-fetched, but it was gonna have a lot of substance in there that your kid could walk away with like, damn, that actually makes sense. Why would I do that? Just like when he said, trap, just that, trap. When I heard them boys say that in that music, I stopped trapping. I did. I stopped trapping. I was like, damn. It is a trap. Because when I look at all my niggas, them niggas is locked away in a cage.
There you go.
They got trapped. So, then, you got the Grammys coming up. I don't even know if he's nominated or not, but guess what? When they stood on that stage and said, the South got something to say, Dre gonna be at one of y'all award show holding that little ugly ass flute in his hand and say, the South got something to play.
Okay, Jock. Yo, but I'm gonna tell you something.
That was a little corn chowder, but fuck it, I said it.
Yeah, we'll accept it. You a rapper. You a rapper.
A little cheese, a little cheesy, but I said it. I got it off. You feel me?
But the truth is, that guy's a creative.
Yeah.
And even when he was rapping, we always knew Andre 3000 was different. Like he's just a total creative. And when it comes to people who are just creatives, they have to be inspired. So I can easily see him, whether it's a flute album, a trumpet album, or whether it's spoken word, I could see him doing what it is that just moves him despite what people say.
Can I tell you something?
And go ahead.
If you go back and listen to Outkast albums, their early albums, like Jezebel, go back and listen to how Jezebel comes on, how it starts. It sounds like the same shit he playing in his album. If you listen to a lot of their music, there's a lot of live instrumentation that sounds like what he just put out. It's just, you got kicks and drums and guitar riffs and licks and bass on top of it and hits and synths, all that shit. But if you really go back and listen to some of their music and just really listen to it, that same shit he just put out is in them fucking albums, dog. He just giving it to you. It's like JD just went on IG, I think it was yesterday or today, and he showed that the MPC now has a stem thing now. You can separate the stems. And he was playing some song and he was taking the sounds out. If you take any one of them albums and go back in and take their vocals out, take the kicks out, take the hi-hats out, take the synths out, take the guitar riffs and all that, that shit sounds just like the shit he just put out. I promise you. I promise you. Anybody that hear me saying this, you can go do it and you can see for yourself. This ain't even nothing new what he doing. He just presenting it. It's a different rollout because all the other added ingredients aren't there. But that shit he been doing that. Go listen to that music.
You know, it's so crazy because Outkast was the first album that I can remember from a Southern artist that I actually went to the store and bought. I actually spent my money on it.
Oh,
the first artist that I could say.
Oh, yeah, I had
Interestingly enough.
I had the tape.
Yes.
I had the tape.
That I spent money on because our ears weren't accustomed to that to the Southern sound.
Well,
but I spent money on them.
I was 12 running here talking about hootie hoo.
There you go. Yeah. But you know what's crazy? Boosie sat down with Vlad and said he's never been an Andre 3000 fan and never bought an Outkast album. Okay. Which is so crazy. Me being from the Northeast, it was the first album from the South I bought. And Boosie being from the South, he's like, I never bought one of them albums.
Nah, because he from the South, right? And it's so much music from the South that he probably is already hip to, you know what I mean? Like, coming from where they from, they got a lot of their own legends that created a sound, a tone that samples so much in these songs today. You know, you take some of these records and you hear that bounce in it, that shit New Orleans. So he came from a spot that was giving you more than just like one artist or a group that was coming with a sound. They whole sound and they set the soundscape, when you talking that New Orleans, the boot, all that shit right in there, hey man, he probably had enough to where they didn't have to go outside the lines and buy Outkast. I mean, he who he is, that don't mean other people from, Louisiana didn't, but I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. You know, Fat Joe, I believe he was speaking about the YSL Rico case that's going on and how they're using the lyrics against Thug. And Joe went on record and said 95% of the lyrics that he spit, they're made up, they're fake. It's just art. When you was rhyming full time, how much of your lyrics was based in reality and based on your truth?
All right, so here's the interesting thing. A lot of shit I rapped about, I had done. But it's a lot of shit I rapped about, it was just solely based on scenarios, by way of this art form we call music, you know what I'm saying, or rap. And actually, once I started getting that real money, from there, a lot of that shit I rapped about was hella true, just like in Buy You a Drink, when I say, Ferrari switch gears, whisper in your ear, legs hit the chandelier. By the time I had it, that shit was real. You know what I'm saying? When I started talking about dope shit, there's a lot of things I did, for real. And I could be honest and say that, you know, I grew out of glorifying that shit quick, because to me, I never said this. This is the first time I ever said this. But what we're seeing today, I felt like this could have happened back when I first started. I didn't want to be a nigga that the judge could use my lyrics against me. So that's why I stopped really glorifying the super hood trap shit, you know, and that's kind of where I kind of faded out, because I was just like, man, it's so much shit I want to talk about, but am I snitching? Am I telling on myself or niggas around me? To be honest with you, so a lot of times rappers will just rap to glorify the lifestyle that they're subjected to. That's just what it is. But a lot of times, especially now, these niggas is doing this shit and talking about what they doing. Because lifestyle is so real. That's why they use that record Lifestyle in court. People are buying not just the music, but the art form of the music, but they are buying your lifestyle. They want to see you really doing this real shit. Right now, you can't be no gangster talking you a gangster, and then somebody got you on goddamn IG and niggas just slap your ass, pap your ass out, and you walk away. Nah, it's gonna go against you. So a lot of these niggas is really trying to live up to the shit that they talking about, or they talking about the shit that they really doing.
You know, either which way.
Art imitate life. Life imitate art. That shit like the yin and the yang. That shit don't stop. It's both ways, you know?
Either which way, it's no shock to me that Boosie felt a way about that. It said, you know, I'm the complete opposite. 95% of what I rap about is actually true. So, you know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, Joe might have been looking at where he had it successfully in his life at this point, his level of success, and he like, you know what? I could take myself out of this shit right now and just say 95% of this shit I rap about ain't real. Joe done made it. He got it now. He been had money. He been doing shit. You know, I heard the stories about Fat Joe. Done been around and seen him. The man getting money, he done got to the bag. Yeah, I can see him denouncing that shit now and being like, I even said it. Like, this shit ain't nothing. I don't want these issues. That's a quick cop. Cause you done heard this man talking about shit that people have vouched and said was true. So I feel like that was him saying, you know what? Let me be the bigger person, just go on and clean my slate now so nobody can ever come back and start trying this RICO shit in New York.
That's real talk.